Donnie kind of worked well together, so I knew like the same kind of concept. And for me, I was looking for a trust in my position coach and the head coach, and where I can get to the next level and where I can help them now. And this was the best place for it.
Coach Rule's talked a lot about ways Nebraska's trying to differentiate itself in college football. Just as someone who's been at a high-level program, who's seen other places, what is it about Nebraska maybe where it has some strengths or stands out?
I mean, it's hard-nosed football. I mean, we just completed mat drills, and from where I'm coming, we never really experienced something like that. And those 3 weeks were very challenging on the whole team. And being an older guy and kind of knowing in a sense what they are, I mean, it was tough to get through. And for the most part, you guys attacked it. And then the resources here, I mean, from a medical standpoint, is, speaks for itself.
What was that turnaround like? I mean, you were playing in a national championship in January, then you got to go through the process of finding your next team, and then now you're involved in something like mat drills in a very short amount of time versus a normal off season. Like, what's that been like for you?
It was quick. It was frustrating, but I had good support from my family and my parents. After the championship on Monday, we flew home Tuesday. And then by Wednesday, I was meeting with their coaches, exit meetings. And then Thursday, I was in, the portal. And Friday, I was taking my first visit. And then I believe I was here Tuesday of the following week. And then just drove to a few other places. And, by the following week, Sunday, I believe I was committed to here. So, I mean, it was a quick turnaround, but, I knew what I wanted. For me, like, I didn't want to enter the transfer portal. That's not who I am. But the stars were no longer aligning, and, I needed a new start and, where I wanted to go to get to the next level and help the team, that's going to believe in me, help them, win and, get to the championship run and experience that. And, that's what led me here.
What's your idea of what this offensive line and offensive line should look like, and how do you see yourself fitting as a new guy into a leadership spot?
I mean, there's a standards, offensive line. I mean, you got to play 5 as 1, and it's not just the 5 best guys; it's the 5 guys that see it through one set of eyes, and that's what this place is, and that's what Donnie's doing, and we have to believe in him. He's got to believe in us, and you got to trust each other. I mean, you got to get to know everyone's different backgrounds. There's new guys, there's old guys, there's young guys, and you got to get to know them. And we had a little meeting just with the players the other day, and trying to get to know each other, be in a vulnerable spot. What motivates us, and where we want this position to go, and carrying it as the team aspect, and we got to be an O-line driven program. That's where I'm coming from, and we have to handle our business, and it'll correlate to the rest of the team.
What were your first impressions of Donovan Raiola when you met with him, and how have those first impressions played out since you've gotten to know him better?
Yeah, I love him. He's real. He's right to the point. There's no fluff there either. And as a player, you like to have that. But he supports you, loves you, and for him, family's huge. I mean, where he's coming from, and he treats us all with respect. But you got to handle your business at the same time.
For those who don't know, you mentioned the picture of you and the Husker stuff as a little kid. What's the connection there?
Honestly, I have no idea. I think when my dad was playing or just got done, and I was born, I think one of the Husker Nations sent him a jersey for his newborn son and said he's going to play here, and not knowing that I actually was, and we were looking through photos, and my mom was like, I think I have baby pictures of you in this Huskers uniform, and I was like, really? And we found them, and I was like, wow. So we sent it to the media team here, and they made a little graphic for it.
How useful has it been having a dad who's played at a high level as you've gone through your football journey, just having him as a sounding board?
Yeah, especially, this back half, what I just went through with the transfer portal thing. And in a sense, I hate to say it, but treating it as like free agency, kind of, entering the portal not knowing what it is. And, teams are throwing out significant numbers. And, he's like, don't go for the numbers. The numbers will take care of itself. Think about facilities, the coaching, the guys you're going to be playing around. The quarterback here is phenomenal. And, why wouldn't you want to be part of an offense like that? And, there's just a ton of different things. A lot of people speak in your ear, and, you just got to, sit down with your family and, decide what's best for just you.
You mentioned, Dylan, what What's your initial, just further on that, impressions of him?
Yeah, I mean, he's a great friend, but he's even a better teammate and competitor. I mean, you can see it on the field and how he leads his team and, what he wants. And, we've sat down a few times and, he's picked my brain of, what was that championship team like and, how'd you guys get there? And, I picked his brain, but like, hey, how can we improve here? How can we win? And, what can I do, as an offensive lineman? I mean, I'm not flashy, but, we can lead the pack and, lead the team. And, so you give us, as much time as you need to make your plays. So, I mean, it's awesome, and hanging out with them and, getting to experience what Lincoln's like is, a great bonus to it.
Don, it kind of teaches his technique a little bit differently from what we've heard. What kind of drew that? Why did it drew it to you?
Yeah, I mean, Coach Heastan, coached over him and he learned from him. So it's kind of, in a sense, what I was used to and, what I know. And for really, it's just down to the basics. I mean, that's all it is. I mean, you have to basic on each play and, trust your technique. And that's all it is. I mean, there's a run and pass and you got to just do both.
Coach Rule was just in here talking about this spring and the opportunity for young guys in your room because there are a number of older players who are hurt. Have you had enough time? I mean, Matt drills presumably would give you time to see some of those young players and coming from where you're coming from, what do you think of those guys who are, second, third year players in this program?
I mean, they're tough as nails. I mean, to get through Matt drills and not just to get through it, but attack it. I mean, it speaks for itself. I mean, it's no joke for Coach Campbell and what they have, what their team doing. And, when we're doing drills, as just an O-line, just players, I mean, you can see, like, the growth that they're doing and believing in Coach Donnie there. It's there. And then now, bringing in some old guys and, injured guys too. I mean, they're critiquing them on every snap, every play, and being blunt and straight up with them, and that's how you trust each other. I mean, you want to hear that criticism, and sometimes you don't, but I mean that's how you get better and have a standard here at Nebraska.
I want one more question about the match roll. I mean, Notre Dame's a pretty tough football team from everything we saw. Are you saying that you were even taken by surprise at the difficulty of the match rolls when you got
there? Yeah, it was no joke. I'll be honest. I even told my parents, I'm like, I did not know that they take match rolls like this serious. And I mean, it was really tough to get through and attack it. And it's legit. This is a hard program to be a part of, and that's why it's going to get down to 105. But it's going to be the right 105 guys.
Thanks, Rocco.
Thanks, guys.